Welcome to our coverage of NAB 2012.
We're here in Central Hall at NAB 2012. We're at our good friends from Zacuto's booth. We're here with Jens. Jens, how's it going today?
Good, man. How you doing?
Oh, shake. There we go.
Sorry you had to switch hands with that. But
it's funny that we have to come all the way from the same hometown, all the way out to Las Vegas to be able to hang out. But that's
fun.
Part of what NAB is all about, right?
Exactly.
You guys are swamped, man, and this is the first day of the show.
Yeah. Well, don't say it that way. I got 3 days left. Having the bar here helps. So
yeah,
you know what I mean.
Right. So that's always a plus. All about lighting solutions, and this guy looks pretty sharp, man.
We're getting into the lighting business, which is probably, I guess, some big news. You know, we're traditionally known as a rig maker and all that, and EVFs, but we decided to get into lighting. Lighting is a huge growing segment, but of course, I hate LED lights. The way they look, the way they mix with other lights, and so we came across this microplasma technology that nobody else uses. It's patented. Nobody else can use it. The closest analogy would be to like a plasma TV, but refined for lighting purposes. And Robin, we're going to be turning this on in a minute, so just so you're ready. And so what it is, I mean, the biggest advantage is that it's soft to start with. You don't have to take LEDs, which are multiple hard sources, and put all kinds of schmutz in front and lose your output. You're starting already with a soft light at 2,000 lumens, which is pretty bright. Especially for scattered, soft light.
Give us a point of comparison on the 2,000 lumens, so somebody has a...
like a typical 1x1 light panels is maybe 1,500 lumens, something along those lines. So this is soft already and brighter.
Our coverage of NAB 2012 is brought to you by Kessler, innovative tools for filmmakers. Let us direct. It's better with lettuce. LettuceDirect.com. Next Lights. Get lit.
What's the power draw like this compared to, like, say, an LED?
I don't have the exact number on what it's drawing right now, but it's not anything significant. It's nothing like a Fresnel. It's probably a little bit higher than LEDs of the same size, but you can run off of it's also battery capable, so you can run off an Anton Bauer, Hytron 160 for 4 or 5 hours, something like that, which should be plenty. Or off the wall, of course.
Does that have a plate on the back, or does it interface through a?
You have this quick release connector here, which goes down to a box which can either be connected to your stand or be on the floor. So you have dimmer control at the box and the battery. It'll look something like this with a dimmer on it, and with your quick release connect and your battery plate on top.
Okay, and right. So, what about color temp? Is it natively balanced? Is there ability to color mix? How's
2 color temperatures? You'll have to choose between 2 panels. It won't be mixable. This technology is not there. But at that price point, you can probably afford to have 2. Or since it's so bright, you have the daylight one, and when you're moving indoors, you can gel it, slightly, and be at the same spot you would be if you had to deal with the other lights. So you'll have to choose between those 2. But like I said, we're going to sell kits that have combos and things like that for people to do. It's also going to have accessories like barn doors, quite large barn doors, egg crates, things like that, and the ability to connect panels together to get larger units.
Crate on that would be great.
Like little secret little thing in our back pocket is it's also going to have strobe capability. So you'll be able to strobe it like for still photographers. Yeah, or for still photography. Yeah. So that's another little nice feature there. But really, to me, the biggest advantage over LEDs is the soft single source light that it has. Yeah. It's the beauty lighting.
Yeah. So I don't know if we covered price point and availability at all.
$1,350 around versus the light panels at $1,700 and some odd dollars.
And currently shipping today, or when are okay?
No, 6 weeks ish. Okay. Something like that. We're just saying right now because those things,
Well, we know you guys will ship it, though.
Yeah, we will ship. We always come through.
That's right.
Our coverage of NAB 2012 is brought to you by CINEVATE, tools for filmmakers and photographers. Della Luce, apparel for filmmakers. Zeiss, we make it visible.
The next thing we're probably going to want to do, besides being able to attach these larger, is have like little dashboard lights and things like that you can put in small nooks and crannies, because it's very thin. The panel itself is very thin, like 6 millimeters thick. So to be able to Velcro that into on your visor or on the dashboard, other little nooks and crannies will be valuable. But that's just the beginning. I mean, we can make these in any kind of shapes we want. So, I was even thinking about doing some kind of a China ball version or something like that, because it's super soft already.
Wad it all up in a ball?
Well, kind of, right. So, the possibilities are endless. Yeah. But we're starting with the 1x1.
Well, you guys have some of your other rigs with some new features and stuff you've added to that, and there's the C300.
We wanted to come up with a different way of doing handheld rigs. And in the past, handheld is, with these small kinds of cameras, traditionally you kind of needed a counterbalance to offset, the rig being in front of you and whatever you have in front, because these cameras are not like the NG cameras of the past. So when we made our C300 plate, I ended up just putting the camera right on my shoulder and thought, wow, this would be nice if I never had to put, counterbalance on there, but you couldn't operate the camera because it's on my shoulder, like behind me, right? So you need 3 things to make that work. We already had the EVF, so you could push that forward. And we decided then to move the removable handle for the C300 down to here so I have camera control, okay? And then the last thing was to put focus in your other hand so that you don't need to let go and grab the follow focus, which would be in your face. So now that you have these 3 ingredients, you can do what we call the recoil, and it's really short. Check this out. Short, really light rig. The other new thing is our shoulder pad with the gel pads in there that can articulate and match your shoulder angle, that kind of thing too. So this is what we call the recoil, and this can be done not only with the C300, but it can be done with the DSLRs, with the DSLR base plate. It can also be done with the Scarlett Epic with the same plate.
Even, can you do any length control or anything with the DSLRs?
On the DSLR, we recommend the Oki remote. And we have a bracket for that to mount it in the same position over here. The Scarlett Epic is a little different matter. We're waiting for somebody to come up with a good remote for that. But you could use, we've mounted their screen down here, so you can use the screen to do that if you wanted. So this is sort of our new way of doing rigs.
Jens, thanks so much for the time. I appreciate it.
Thanks for stopping by.
Stay tuned for more coverage fresh from the floor.